Great protection. Drills the 7-yard line. A gain of 16. It's right at the marker. They'll have to measure. We'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching the Indianapolis-Miami game. Miami winning that one 19-13. Here, no score, opening drive. Raiders threatening. It's first down and goal to go with Jay Schroeder at quarterback.
He is hot. He's hit his first 2 passes, and he has rifled them.
And his first one for 63 yards to Willie Gault. Flag is down. Jackson cuts inside to the 4 if it stands. And it'll be a motion call.
Able to overcome that holding penalty, come back for the first down, but they're making it tough on themselves here.
Illegal motion, offense.
Pat Haggerty, the referee. So after the opening bomb to Willie Gault, the Raiders now threaten to self-destruct.
2 big passes from Schroeder. We talked about his inaccuracy in the last 3 times he's appeared, throwing only 20% completions. But Schroeder determined and confident in himself. Art Shell talked to him. He said, "You're my leader. Go out there and take charge." Schroeder has in this first quarter.
It's first and goal at the 12. Schroeder to throw. And it is dropped at the 5-yard line. Mike Dial, the tight end, the intended receiver.
Just ran Mike Dial moments ago from right to left, or left to right. Now he runs the same pattern coming the other direction. Fakes outside. Watch him roll back inside. Gets away from Leon White, number 51, and he's all alone. You can't drop that kind of pass.
Second and goal. And Fernandez was all alone. Another flag is down. And he had slipped away from the coverage.
Flag thrown at the line immediately as they left the line.
Bengals offsides.
A little breathing room. Let's see what happens to Fernandez on this play. Obviously, Billups, assuming there's going to be a pickup man deep. We didn't see one in the picture. That could easily have been a touchdown. Not a well-thrown pass from Jay Schroeder.
But with the penalty, the ball goes to the 7-yard line where it is second down and goal to go.
Well, they lost 5 on an illegal motion. They pick up 5 on an offsides. Now they're right back where they started from. But they don't have the first down. It's second and goal. Second surge, touchdown.
He's got it.
There's not another back in the NFL, Charlie, that can use the kind of power, the kind of second surge that you just saw from Bo Jackson. A lot of guys that can come close, but no one that has that extra gear to drop into. Jackson just drug a couple of tacklers into the end zone with it.
And the extra point by Jager is good. And the Raiders go up 7-0 on their opening drive.
Bo Jackson coming straight away from you. Watch the power here. Hit by 2 Bengals. Stood up. Dixon, who is a strong defensive back in that position at free safety, simply could not control the power of Bo Jackson. Watch here. Bang. He is stopped momentarily. Look at the leg drive. He is not going to be denied. He could have gotten another 3 or 4 yards and still scored.
So the Raiders strike early. As we rejoin the action later in the first quarter, they have the ball again. It's first down and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
And here's Bo Jackson around the corner and down the sideline. And there he goes.
Hit some long home runs in baseball. He's just hit the longest run in Raider history.
92 yards. We had a clock on him, and it took him 15 seconds. Football, pads, helmet, and all, with the Bengals chasing him to go 92 yards.
Tremendous move by Bo Jackson as he just explodes down the sideline. A chance to watch it. Watch Steve Smith. Smith in motion right here is going to get a bump out on the defensive man coming over to try and contain, and Jackson just dives inside of that block. And watch him now as he outruns everyone. Reggie Smith, 57, couldn't get over there. I think that's Fulcher, 33. He's not going to catch Bo. Billups coming from the other side. Bo is a sprinter. He's away. He's gone.
So the Raiders go 14-0 up. There was more bad news for Cincinnati when Boomer Esiason bruised his shoulder and had to leave the game. We rejoin the action in the second quarter. Eric Wilhelm is at quarterback for the Bengals, who after a penalty have a 1st and 5 at their own 39-yard line.
Brown goes in motion. Throws on the run. It is intercepted.
They're giving him they say he got both feet in, Charlie. Terry McDaniel, number 36, who has come on so strong, gets a big hug from 79 Bob Golick. Read that play beautifully. Rookie quarterbacks very often don't disguise very well, Charlie. They'll track with a single receiver all the way, looking from behind. He's got one receiver all the way. He makes the dreaded mistake there. And there were 2 feet in.
There were two very quickly.
You could see it on that replay. 2 feet in for McDaniel. And the Raiders explode defensively. They've done it offensively. Now they're doing it defensively.
At the 43-yard line of Cincinnati, and they're not wasting any time. They come right out, and Bo Jackson is back in the lineup. He's been out the last couple of series, a little breather. And he'll have 3 to the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Jackson with the 2 touchdowns, the first from 7 yards out, and the second, a Raider record, 92 yards. Jackson said, I can't make this ship sail all by myself. You want to bet? I try to contribute as much as I can. Boy, he does contribute. I'm not sure I agree with that.
What he does, Charlie, is makes every one of those 10 other offensive players a little better on the field because the eyes have to be on number 34.
If he can't make it, at least he's the captain of the ship, I'd say that. 2nd and 7. Jackson.
I talked to Carl Zander yesterday afternoon, the linebacker who was there, who got a part of that tackle. He said very simply, in order to contain Bo Jackson, you got to have more than one body on him. You can't just make an arm tackle. You can't get one guy over there. You got to have a bunch of white shirts on him. Otherwise, we're not going to get him. You see him exhorting the troops there a little bit. One of the emotional leaders of this defense, and they are an undersized front 7. They are not big up front. And this is a much improved Raider offensive line, and they can use that muscle on them and Bo's speed and fine action together.
Third down, Vance Mueller comes in, an extra receiver out of the backfield, but he stays in the block. Schrader throws it, and he completes it. Mike Dial, the tight end. Eric Thomas was there for the defense. And we have the first down.
Mike Dial, a very productive receiver so far today in this offense. A rookie who's getting a lot of playing time. Set up touchdown earlier in the ball game. Gets a good pass there. Pretty stiff pop from the inside by the defense, but he hung on to that football.
Schrader's numbers, he is 4 of 8 for 98 yards, but remember 63 of those 98 yards came on that opening strike to Willie Gault. And this is Steve Smith.
I talked to Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, and very simply asked him, how much can you blitz against this team? How much do you have to worry about Bo? He said, hey, it's a problem because you know us. We like to blitz, and he's been blitzing ever since he was playing for the Detroit Lions. And this is a fine blitzing team. But when you have someone that can explode the way Bo Jackson can, that means that all of your defensive backs are playing man-to-man. And their backs very often are to the line of scrimmage. They're running with those receivers. If Bo gets into the secondary, he may be gone. Dick Seltzer signaling in the defenses. No, that's not LeBeau. That's Seltzer. LeBeau's upstairs, but
we have an official's timeout on the field. Now there's the clock came up when you looked at the big clock at the end of the Peristyle Inn here in the Coliseum. It had zeros up. Now it has been changed to have 7:21, and now they're resetting it to 7:28, and that's the reason for the stoppage that we have here. Somebody just pushed the wrong button. Sam White.
He's got to be concerned. Boy, he has had a lot of troops go down, and I bet he is waiting for that news out of the locker room. They want to know how badly Boomer is hurt. He's not come back onto the field.
2nd and 8. Schrader hits Mueller. Touchdown.
Los Angeles Coliseum crowd that booed Schrader when he came in last week for an injured Steve Berline are doing nothing but cheering him today as he gets his 2nd touchdown pass of the afternoon. Schrader knows.
From 25 yards out, the drive covered 43 yards. It was set up by Terry McDaniel's interception, and they're going to review this reception of Mueller to make sure that the ball broke the plane. So we'll take a look at it.
The ball looked like it may have come loose after he crossed the goal line.
That's
Let's
what they
see.
look at. Well, he stepped out of bounds. Now,
It's the ball.
it's the ball, and not when he steps out of bounds, but the ball has to have broken the plane
Before
of the
that
goal line
foot goes
before he
out of
steps out of
bounds.
bounds. Obviously, you can't tell that much.
All right, Charlie, I think I said that was a 2nd touchdown pass. They're saying indeed it was a touchdown. The first touchdown of the day was set up by the long pass to Gault. However, they punched it in with a fine run by Bo Jackson.
It is ruled a touchdown, and here's Jeff Jager to attempt the extra point. And he's got it. And the Raiders lead it 21-0.
Well, that was the first half, and certainly the best action of that game, as in the second half, both teams scored a touchdown apiece. Final score, 28-7, Raiders. In the Broncos game last week against the Eagles, Elway looked more like his old self, and I'm sure it had something to do with the return to the team of his old offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan, who was recently fired as head coach of the Raiders. And again, it was this combination that worked. Final score, 34-7, Denver. The Chargers' offensive line has had problems protecting Jim McMahon, and today they faced the Philadelphia Eagles defense that has recorded 21 sacks and 12 interceptions. On offense, Randall Cunningham, despite winning 4 games in a row, hasn't recently lived up to his billing, and today it caught up with him and the Eagles as Jim McMahon led the Chargers to a big victory when Chris Barr kicked a 49-yard field goal in the dying seconds. Final score, 20-17, San Diego. The 7-1 Giants manhandled the Cardinals in a 35-7 victory earlier in the season. Today, they were hoping to repeat the process against an injured, riddled Phoenix team at Sun Devil Stadium. It was closer than last time, but the same ending. New York win, 20-13. Now let's take a look at the tables. In the AFC East, Buffalo, 6-3, only now have a 1-game lead over the Miami Dolphins. AFC Central, Cleveland 6-3. They go ahead of Cincinnati 5-4 and the Houston Oilers. In the West, Denver 7-2. LA Raiders are the team to look out for now in this division. They are 4-1 in their last 5 games. In the East, the Giants 8-1. They move 2 games ahead of Philadelphia. In the Central, the Minnesota Vikings take over from the Chicago Bears. And look at the Green Bay Packers, 5-4. In the West, well, this one still has to be decided as New Orleans and San Francisco play tomorrow on Monday Night Football. But the Rams have now lost 4 games in a row. A struggling 4-4 Washington Redskins needed a spark. And so today, Doug Williams returned as the starting quarterback less than 10 weeks after back surgery. His opposition was the 0-8 Cowboys. Not necessarily an easy win, as traditionally, when these two teams meet, anything can happen. And as you can see, this is a game that started at 8 o'clock, and they're now in the second quarter, and I said anything can happen. Well, nothing's happened. It's 0-0. Well, I know it's late, but I'm sure you'll agree it was worth staying up for. For the final result of the Redskins-Cowboys game, it's page 449 on 4Tel. Or for you insomniacs, tune in to Channel 4 daily at 6:10 or 7:50 this morning. I'll be back next Sunday at 5:30 with a complete roundup of Week 9. And again at 15 minutes after midnight for our late game when we'll be bringing you the Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So until next week, good night. And for the milkman, good morning.